at Fort Worth Memories too. And so I'm going to Winstead Paint and Body. They are located on White Settlement Road, a block west of Roberts Cutoff. Let me move this up and see if this thing's going to work. Scott is our IT director, guru extraordinaire. He can build you a website or any technical issues. Blue Mountain Cafes, all 5 of the Blue Mountain Cafes, plus Stinger's Bar and Grill, plus the Anchor. That's a new place on the lake. They're expanding. There's Stinger's. I don't have I need the logo for any Blue Mountain people, or Dustin or anybody. I need the artwork for the Anchor, please. Fort Worth Florist, Jeanette and her team have sent flowers all over the world for us. 817-244-2345. Dickie Carr is Richard Carr's nephew. He's in the tree business. It's called Grateful for Your Trees. He can cut them down, trim them, hell, he can make firewood out of them. But they do much more: landscaping, all types of fences, demolition, privacy fences, retaining walls. This guy can do it all. G2 Garage, Chris and his team are in the White Settlement area, but they draw a big crowd from Fort Worth. Phelps Family Auto Care, come on, internet. I don't know how to answer that. Phelps Family Auto Care is in the Burleson area, but they also have a big following out of Fort Worth. Stroud Auto Supply, Danny Stroud and his wife are second generation owners of Stroud Auto Supply. I actually bought parts there when I was a kid. Haltom City, Riverside area. Schwartz and Hanson Architects, they've been with us for many, many, many years. They're very active in the bike giveaway, Larry's Kids, and they've been a sponsor for many years. Varghese Somerset is our legal beagles. That's our legal sponsors. Rex's Bar and Grill, that is the premier sports bar, maybe in the state. That thing's unbelievable. We're going to have our birthday party there, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, right? Yeah, next Saturday. Tri-State Dent, Jason and his team, they come to you. They do door dings, hail damage, minor dents. They'll work with you if at all possible with your deductible. Raines Plumbing, it's a family-owned plumbing business. They really take pride in getting customer satisfaction. We've had a lot of our members use them. Andrew Wallace and Chasen Smith, they represent American Senior Benefits of North Texas. They're our Medicaid, Medicare people, and all that stuff's changing, so you need to call them. You can get all of these cards and numbers and all of that on Memories, FortWorthMemories.com, or you can go to Fort Worth YouTube at Fort Worth Memories, and our sponsors are there. Charlie Guerin, Railhead Barbecue. In fact, I went over there today and got those 3 breakfast tacos. They're good, $7.50. They're little ones, but they fill you up. He's also on the board of directors at my bicycle giveaway, Larry's Kids. He's very active in that bicycle giveaway. Brought in a lot of money last year for it. Optimus Club of Fort Worth, Jeff Norman heads that group up. They give us a Christmas tree at Christmas every year, no charge, a couple of $100 tree. They do lots of great stuff for youth, both boys and girls. Old South Pancake House, another Rex Benson owned company. There's 2 of them. One on University next to Rex's Bar and Grill. It's open 24/7. The other one is in Burleson. They close at 9 or 10 at night. Jenny Stewart, State Farm Insurance. It costs you absolutely zero money to call and find out if she can give you the same coverage as Farmers or Allstate for a better price. They're all three great companies. Cross Electric, Brandon Cross. They do residential and commercial. Very good. They're very prompt. They got great reviews and they do good work. K Ranch Roofing. Jorge Hernandez is the owner. It costs you absolutely nothing to have them come out and check your roof. With all these high winds and hail and everything else that we've had recently, you just call and you'll get Bree. She's the office manager lady, and she'll set an appointment for one of their experts to come out and look at your roof and tell you if you've got any damage or not. You might have a clean bill of health. Fort Worth Lumber. They're down on I-35 South. It's a huge complex. Building materials, building plans. You want to just get some ideas or talk to them about a project, that's the place to go. Fort Worth Lumber. They've been with me since I guess I've started on Facebook. Yes. Coburn's Catering. 1946 they started. In fact, when I was a kid, the only job I ever had when I was 15 or 16, I worked for one of my uncle's plants, and it was across the street on North Main, and they used to have a cafeteria there, Coburn's Cafeteria. I ate there. It was dang good food. Dickie Carr, Sand and Gravel. That's Pat and Richard Carr. It doesn't matter where they're at, they're helping out. They're down at the Boot Ranch, down in right in that area where the flood damage is. And I can tell you right now, and I can't see him, but I guarantee you Richard Carr is on top of it. He's trying to help whoever he can. He was the first, Pat and Richard were the first people to write a $5,000 check for Larry's kids for bicycles. Stand up, folks. Dana Lang. Dana sells Cowtown. She's in the real estate business. She's very knowledgeable about Fort Worth. Nice lady. A Bird AC and Heating. That's Doug Peacock's company. We found out the other day, if you think you've got an issue, you need to have your unit checked. It costs $95 for them to send somebody out and talk to you about it. Eric Walsh, great guy, real estate developer, very active in the bicycle giveaway. Good guy. Yellow Snake, Brazos River, Yellow Snake Horses, Brazos River Ranch. You go down Interstate 20 to Millsap, takes you about an hour. You get out of the city, out in the country, and you can ride horses for almost 2 hours for $75. Where are you going to beat that? I don't know. Hold on. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Yeah, you have to call a bistro. I don't have their phone number anymore. But you have to make a reservation. They're not taking walk-ins. How old is Peppo? We just talked about that. Peppo was born January 5th in 1989, so 99, 09, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26. January 5th, he'll be 37. I got him when he was five days old. I paid to have him flown here from the Amazons. In 89, that was $1,100, I think. That was just for the plane ride. I don't answer unavailables. Phones are ringing off the wall. Ways you can help: make donations. Visit some of our restaurants. All of John Bonnell's restaurants are donating money. La Bistro, money. I posted Channel 8, Channel 5, There's several links on there. Because that's what we do. I'll post another prayer request when I get home, which will make the third one for today. The only members of our group that I know that it's affected is Pat Green's brother. Pat's been in this museum many times. He's helped us on giveaways. The COVID year, he was at, how many places was he at, James? He was at the paper towel, toilet paper, and water deal over at Rogers Roundhouse. He was over here for the diaper giveaway. In fact, it was me and Pat, and I think John Penn. No, John Penn was here the COVID year for the turkey. We were here Thanksgiving Day. We gave away a couple of hundred turkeys and all kinds of canned goods and everything for turkey dinner. And I think Pat was here at that. Pat was at 2 or 3 of our giveaways in 2020. We had 9 giveaways. Several $100,000. The diaper deal, the ladies came to me and said, the shelves are empty. We don't have, all the stores were out of everything. So one of our Fort Worth police officers came by and gave me a phone number of his father-in-law. I guess we can talk about it now. And he said, my father-in-law is the manager or the head honcho at Dallas, the biggest warehouse for storing diapers for, I forget the name of the company. And so I called him, and the gentleman said, yeah, Larry, I'm a member of your group. And I said, well, maybe you can help us out. We need some diapers over here for our ladies, for the kiddos. There's none on the shelves. And he said, yeah. Let me get my secretary to get your information, and we'll put you in for next year on the. I said, well, we need something now. And he said, well, we've got a protocol. I said, let me tell you my protocol. I'm fixing to tell 100,000 people that you're not willing to help our ladies over here. And he said, Larry, you misunderstood me. Where do you want these diapers delivered? They dropped them right out. They had a box truck come over here. And they just handed me the invoice. They didn't want any money, but it's $57,000 worth. Big, huge boxes, and we gave them away. And I know Pat was here for that. I think John Green was here. I don't know if Colin was here. Kyle might have been here. We gave them away in 3 or 4 hours. I was still home before 6. So, yeah, Pat's helped us out many times. Yes, we need a paint contractor real bad. Sherry is in. Sherry, we still on target. I'll start broadcasting the birthday party. Starts at 10 a.m. Is that correct? I need to talk to Rex about the boxing event. Daniel, Cody, and I, and I've talked to 2 or 3 people. We're going to try to do something to honor these boxers. That there's no city in the world that can say they've had 6 world champions out of one gym. And that's Don and Bruce Curry, that's 2. Gene Hatcher, that's 3. Paulie Ayala's 4. Stevie Cruz is 5. Troy Dorsey, 6. Am I correct in that? Then we had Nick Wells, Jay Strickland, all these other guys. I don't know. I don't know which camera you're looking at. Oh, okay. Hold on. We're going to have, Scott, we're going to have to figure out how to put all this stuff into one deal or something. This one says 2 cams. What does that mean? There's me and something else. There's just me. And there's me. And there's me. So the July 17th is on a Thursday. Not this Thursday, next Thursday. We'll have Lanny Landcart, Mr. Landcart, Joe T's, his daughter Kelly Landcart. She runs all of the promotions and advertising and all of that. Hal J, WBAP, and Haywood, and myself, 11 o'clock next Thursday. Not this Thursday, next Thursday. And it'll be on several platforms. Those interviews usually last about an hour. Okay, back to... we're looking at... It's already after 1. I'm going to be heading out of here in 20 or 30 minutes, or getting ready to head out. If I got enough battery left in these phones. Texas flood update. This is with Tim Liu. This was 2 hours ago. Now that looks like it's all died down. There's no flood there, but boy, you can see all the damage on the... Yeah, it's man. Here the New York Times has got a picture of a truck with a... I don't know what's on top of it. There's plenty of people down there. Y'all don't get in your truck and say, hey, let's go on down and help everybody. They got plenty of people. They need money. Gun rights activist Tim O'Hare, Tarrant County Sheriff's Office employees. What's that about? Oh, that's the guy that had a gun in the commissioner's court. That doesn't make sense why you'd want to do that. Okay, y'all just keep praying, and they're pretty solid on 108 deaths, 28 of them being children. There's Grump's Burgers. They make a good burger. Bob Wells and the Texas Playboys. Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to start putting the stuff up here. It takes about 45 minutes to put this dog and pony show up. Okay, so